And Sean O'Malley might be the most undeserving title challenger in the history of title challengers. When the UFC offers a fighter a fight, you know what happens first? Absolutely nothing. Fighters aren't allowed to say anything until the UFC does. It's in our contracts. If you sign with Bellator, if you sign with PFL, if you sign with anyone, you can't say anything until the organization does, because they want to control how they release. They want to control the growth of the upcoming fight. So with no further ado, I have to tell you, I've got a fight. I've not only got a fight, I've got a company I'm signed with. I'm so excited. I've been looking at this company for a while. We've had some go-arounds. We've had some dealings and wheelings and all that stuff. And we've come to an agreement, and I've got a fight coming up. I can't tell you who it is yet, though. Like the UFC, maybe it is the UFC. You guys got to guess. I can't tell you who it is yet till they release it. But I'll give you some clues. Let's see. Potential Smiling Sam fights coming. It could be in September, the middle of September. It could be in another country. It could be the PFL. It could be bare knuckle. It could be game bred. It could be against Brennan Schaub. It could be a karate style. It could be a grappling style. It's not a grappling style, but it could be a shoot boxing style. It could be one of those. It could be a lot of different things. But I am thrilled with this. They've been speaking with me for a while now, and we finally came to terms, and I'm going to win everything. I'm going to win everything they have to offer, and I'm going to be the next tip of the tongue fighter outside of Conor McGregor. While I'm doing it, I'm going to be taking you guys along for the ride, because I have so much fun every time this is on. I love the huge things they're doing in the combat sports world. And it's really hard for me to talk about it right now without saying what it is. I want to tell you guys so bad, I'm just not allowed to. Oh, I will tell you soon. It'll maybe tomorrow, maybe it'll be next week. But I think it's probably fighting in September, middle of, and it's going to be... You guys are going to be able to tune in. You guys are going to be able to watch me. You guys are going to be able to cheer for me. You guys are going to be able to help me overcome every obstacle I've been in since leaving the UFC. And I appreciate that. By the way, speaking of obstacles, I just crossed over the 3,000 viewed hours watched on my video. Thank you guys. Once I get to 4,000 hours, I'm getting closer. I get fully monetized, and now this is an official job. Right now it's technically a hobby, even though I look at it as a job, because I would have never had a career had it not been for you that tuned in to watch me, that tune in to want to see me win, or maybe you're that guy that wants to see me lose. So I use this channel to try and give back, give you a little insight and behind the curtain kind of stuff. And this organization I'm fighting for, there's going to be a lot of behind the curtain stuff you want to see. Tell me in the comments who you think I'm fighting for. And if you have any names of people, put that in the comments too. Those of you that I've told certain people what's coming. I don't know if they're watching right now. They're probably watching. Everybody watches this. Chael Sonnen, guaranteed he's watching this. I don't know why I throw Chael's name out there. But there's very certain people out there that know who I'm fighting next. Know when I'm fighting. Know where I'm fighting. Whether it be in Puerto Rico or it be in Europe, potentially Australia. This is too much fun. I will tell you that this organization I'm going to be fighting for, it is one of the more exciting organizations out there. I love tuning into their fights. I love watching the promotion they have, and I like how next generation it's filming an atmosphere is. You guys are going to love this. You guys are going to be in my corner. I can feel it, and I'm looking forward to whatever's coming next. Tonight, I think Aljamain Sterling is going to win. Sean O'Malley. I made a TikTok about this. Did you guys realize that of the 9 people Sean O'Malley has beaten in the UFC, all but 3 of them are no longer in the UFC? And of those 3, Sean has won 1 and 1. I didn't piece that together till a buddy of mine said it earlier today. And Sean O'Malley might be the most undeserving title challenger in the history of title challengers. Then somebody said Sean Strickland's name. It's like, oh, and I thought about it, and I disagree, but he's also a friend, so I'm going to disagree. Sean has like 30 wins. He's real close to 30, and I think he's lost 3 times. He's only lost to title holders. There's a difference between Sean and O'Malley, but it was a fair point to be brought up. Oh, don't tell Sean I said that. Anyways, who else I think? I'm pulling for Weidman. I love Tavares. I like Tavares. I know him a very little bit. I've sparred with him a couple times. He's a good dude. He's like a good dude. But I can't ever root against Weidman. He's got a special place in my heart. And who else? Shito Vera. I think he's fighting again tonight. Always pulling for him. Big fan of his. I am. Even before he had all the tattoos going on his neck and face and stuff. Big fan of his. Anyways, thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm going to tell you first who I'm fighting. I'm telling you right here on this channel before I tell any other social media. I'm telling you guys. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate you watching every video, and have a great one, fella and fellaritas. Let's go, Aljo. I just rewatched my video, and I came off too harsh against Sean O'Malley. Just so you know, I like Sean O'Malley. I think he is a stud. I think he's a future title challenger. Hell, he's a title challenger right now, something I was never able to put together. I like him quite a bit. He is very enjoyable, very talented. I was simply just going off the facts. 1-1-1 in the UFC. Well, with his remaining opponents that are still in the UFC. The other, what was it, 5, 6 of them aren't there anymore. Big fan of Sean. Love him to death. Please don't hate me in the comments. And don't tell him I said that because I like him too much. But anyways, hey, have a good one, fellas.